Mothra, one of cinema's most classic giant monsters. She was regal, she's formidable, she's elegant, she's a goddess, very powerful. Mothra is almost as much of a classic movie monster as Godzilla himself is, and she's the proverbial queen of the monsters, and she's also famous for that cycle of life and death that she kind of brings to the Godzilla series, which is very unique. What's going on, everybody? This is Iconic Repaints. Hope everybody's doing great. Today I got the Mondo Collectibles Mothra 2003 from Tokyo SOS statue. And you can see how beautifully sculpted this thing is. Just the layer of details and textures and everything going on with it. You have this amazing looking base of her perched upon a rock on her island with the Mothra symbol in front of her. It's protecting and keeping watch over her egg. Now, if you're looking for one Mothra piece to have in your collection to represent the Queen of the Monsters, this is really a good candidate for that. This is the standard edition version of this statue. There is also a limited edition that comes with 2 Mothra larvae breaking out of the egg. Classic kaiju action right there. But that sold out very quickly, so this is the one that I was able to score. But nonetheless, it's a really great piece. I mean, no matter which egg you have displayed, it tells a very typical Mothra story. It's iconic in itself. Everything about the statues really just screams Mothra lore. Fans of her and of the monster itself, I think, would be very pleased with this. I mean, you got, like I said, the Mothra symbol right there on the rock, and the egg. And the egg basically has looked the same in just about every Mothra movie as far as I can remember. It definitely looks like the one straight out of the 1964 movie. So I'd be happy whether I was a 60s Mothra fan or any of the later eras. But yeah, no, it's beautiful. I mean, the way the colors pop on the wings, the yellows, the oranges, and then you always have, in typical Mothra fashion, those really bright, metallic looking blue eyes that just really pop. And she's got a really large kind of size to her. I think she's probably closest to 25 centimeter scale, but she is about 16 inches tall and I think 19 inches wide. You get a sense of kind of how big that wingspan really is from the furthest tip to the other tip. And again, really conveying that very protective guardian aspect to the character. I don't care which generation of Mothra we're talking about, that is always inherent. She's always this protective, guardian, spiritual kind of avatar that is out to make sure that at the end of the day, the planet is taken care of and it's protected against the likes of Godzilla or any other villainous or destructive monsters. And I gotta tell you, I'm not a huge fan of the Tokyo SOS as a movie, but I do love the Mothra in it. It's by far the most realistic Mothra that's come out of a Japanese monster movie. The way she flies and moves is very lifelike. It doesn't really look like a puppet on the strings like the other ones have in the past. And I am when it comes to like the early 60s, I'm a Showa guy. So even for me, when I see like this egg and everything like that, it brings back all sorts of feels of memories. Even here, this is a cool little Easter egg. You have the kind of like the imprint sketched into the rock of the Shobijin, the 2 little kind of like tiny Mothra twins that were in a ton of the Mothra movies. And I think even just looking at them either brings back like happy memories of watching these movies as a kid, or just aggravates the hell out of you. Because I've seen both for people who watched the older Godzilla movies. The Mothra twins, they are not for everybody, but I mean, as far as the imprint that Mothra herself and the twins have on the genre, it's unmistakable. I mean, they're almost as important to the whole series as Godzilla is. I really can't stress that enough. So it's really cool that they threw that in there as an Easter egg. I really appreciate that. Just more details here of how they did the textures of the wings and just how clean the lines are. I'm really impressed with it. Again, Mondo's kind of new to this game with higher end Godzilla statues. I don't know much about Mondo aside from anything outside of the Godzilla stuff they release, so I can't speak to that. But for all these other companies now that are jumping on the wagon with releasing these Godzilla statues or really high end collectibles like Spiral Studios, Prime One Studios, XM Studios, a lot of studios. Mondo's kind of got some really big shoes to fill, but this piece really is, I think, a masterpiece. Like, it really is a quintessential Mothra collectible. Anybody who needs a Mothra in their collection, I would highly recommend looking at this piece first. And even like having her displayed here next to my Tease Facto Godzilla Evolution kit, just I love how much she like presents herself as like the hero, and then you have that Godzilla looking very evil and destructive. They just clash, but in a perfect way. It's like the yin and yang, the balance that they've always kind of had in the movies. They kind of always had that relationship amongst each other where she was the protector, he was more destructive, but together they always seem to have this symbiosis, right? Just more details here with the eyes and even the fur around the eyes and the little antenna around the mouth and everything. I do think I need to fix the legs, the front legs on mine. I don't think they're supposed to be up that way. I think they're supposed to be on the rock. I didn't just want to wiggle them now, like without heating it up or taking care, because I feel like they would break easy, and I actually didn't notice until I pulled it out. This is their first Godzilla statue, which was like Godzilla 89, and I didn't love it. So it just goes to show like how far they've really come with the Mothra statue. Like, this is a huge win. And just for comparison's sake, here's the X Plus Mothra 1964 that I had, and that was based on the older Mothra that was closer to being near death. So the Mothra in Tokyo SOS to me is more of a vibrant kind of Mothra in her prime, but ultimately she still does die at the end. I mean, not because she's ailing or because she's aged, but just because she kind of runs into just a more powerful, unstoppable monster, and she gives her life to protect her children, who, of course, in typical Mothra fashion, will go on to save the day. Thank you guys for watching so much. I really appreciate it.